What is going on, crypto miners, and welcome back to the channel. Well, it is cold outside. Normally in Pennsylvania, at the end of January, beginning of February, we're in the mid 30s. We get a storm, it definitely drops down. But right now, without even any snow outside, it is 4 degrees. The wind chill is just brutal in Pennsylvania right now. And during construction, I set up my crypto mining sheds to have some recirculation of hot air during the winter months to help out with days just like today. But it's not enough. And let's head over to our ASIC mining shed and I'll show you the problem that we have going on because a 15-degree delta just doesn't seem to be enough. Thank you to today's video sponsor, ASICmarketplace.com. If you're in the market for the top ASIC miners, look no further than ASICmarketplace.com. They have some of the best miners on the market in 2025. To name just a few: Bitmain Antminer L9 and L7, the AlphaPex DG1 Plus, the Canon Avalon A15 XP, and many more. And home miners, ASICmarketplace.com has you covered as well. The AlphaPex DG Home 1, the Bombax EZ100C, the Ice River AL2 Lite, and many more. Finally, 3 big reasons I like ASICmarketplace.com. First, the price on their website is to your door. Shipping and import tax is included in the price. Second, they accept cryptocurrency as a payment method. And third, I've been working with them for over 2 years and never had a bad experience buying from ASICmarketplace.com. Go check out ASICmarketplace.com today and use my discount code to save $100 at checkout. All right, so first stop along the way, it's morning and it's really cold, is we absolutely have to get some Sheetz coffee. Ooh, it's hot, but that's good. So a quick rundown of kind of what's going on before we get over there, because it does get a little bit loud inside of the ASIC mining shed. So one of the issues that we're having, and I haven't seen this before at all during cold temperatures, just with this actually ASIC model, is the Ice River AL3. And there's been a lot of talk about it recently among the community with power issues and stuff like that. But this one's actually a little bit different. Many people I know, especially those of you guys that are running the AL3s in containers or hosting facilities, and you're bringing in a lot of that outside ambient temperature, especially out west where it's significantly colder, is you're seeing your AL3 reboot multiple times a day. And that's exactly what I've been seeing. So I've actually been working with Ice River, sent them the logs. And what we've actually been finding is that these miners, even though it's that cold and they should be running fine, are not. And the reason is because actually with the temp sensor and the firmware, if you actually read the logs, the miner actually goes into a hashboard protection mode, acting like it's overheating, when in reality, it's actually just getting really, really cold. It's almost like confusing the firmware. So talking with Ice River, they're actually going to be putting out a firmware update in order to correct this issue. No timeline on that. But in the meantime, they'd like me to actually move this to my other crypto mining shed back home, which sits at a nice 50 degrees Fahrenheit right now, even on such cold days like today. So let's go ahead and head over to the shed. Not only are we going to be picking up our AL3 and bringing that back with us, but I got some things to install because I found in the last snowstorm some snow actually making its way inside of my shed. All right, we're over here at our ASIC mining shed, hanging out with the chickens, the price of eggs. Maybe we should be in the egg market versus crypto right now. So something I'll point out is these vents up here. I have one on this side at the top, and we use those during the summer when get a lot of heat up in the peak of the shed. And there's another one right over here. You can see right up top there. And I'll point those out here in just a second to you. And the reason I bring those up is we found some snow coming in our shed. So let me show you real quick, because we're going to do that today while we're over here. So last time I was over here working during a snowstorm that we were getting some stuff done. And I'm standing over here. And I'm seeing these like flurries come down over here and some over there. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? Well, we have those inline fans. You can kind of see a little bit of one up there. And I'll get up on the ladder. We have another one right up here. Let me jump up there, show you. All right, up the ladder we go here. And I'll show you my Band-Aid I put in place. I know, look at this job, right? So let me show you real quick. So what we have here is this is one of my inline fans, and it sucks the air out during the summer months just to keep the hot air from accumulating up top here. And this is off right now in the winter, but a fan's never truly off. It was actually back spinning because of the pressure in here. So it was spinning, and you could like feel some air right now. You can feel some cold air coming in pretty good, but the fan's off. It's actually set to 0. So when we were having a snowstorm out there, even though this fan was low, it was pulling in flurries that were coming in. Now, it wasn't the end of the world. It wasn't some crazy emergency, but I used what I had. So a shopping bag and also one of my intake grills that K-Trim printed me that we have on our ASICs, and it's done the trick pretty good. But I wanted to put something in place a little bit more secure. No one really likes to use a plastic bag. So I found these on Amazon. I have no clue if they're going to work, if they're going to fit on here properly. It's pretty much like a cap, but massive, an 8-inch cap here. So we're going to see how we make out with this. We're going to try to install 2 of these today and get them in place. In addition to that, here is my problem child. This is my AL3 that's problematic here. And you might be like, why does it not have the inline fan? Why does it not have, the intake shroud or anything like that? So I have a number of ASICs inside right now. You can see another one there, another one down there. We got this is the Gold Shell DG Max. We have the D9 over here. We have, what else we got? Another AL3, which has been perfectly fine and been running good. So we got a number of different units in here. We got these guys over here. These are the Ice River KS 1.5s. And then a number of capsule miners on the bottom, all blowing actually hot air this way. And the whole goal of that is just to keep my intake wall from freezing over during the winter time. And it's worked out pretty dang good. I can't complain. It's been running really, really well. But this unit here, we do need to go ahead and power down this AL3. You guys can see right there. Because we're going to go ahead and throw this in the back of my car while we're here to get some work done. So there's a few people that have been speculating that this problem is actually a power problem, a power supply problem. And I really hope they're wrong, because that's going to be a boatload of more work. Not really for me, but for a lot of these other hosting facilities that have hundreds of these units out there. I've had no issues with it other than this multiple reboots a day due to temperature. So I'm really hoping that us going ahead and moving this over to our other shed where it's warmer inside will absolutely do the trick. All right, so I can't believe that worked out as well as it did. You always run into hiccups. Maybe it's just me, but take a look. So we got that boot, that cap, I guess, right on there. Look at that. That's not coming off at all. Worked out awesome with the hose clamp on there. These are fantastic. I'll put a link down below if you guys have any of these inline fans. You're running any setup like I am right now, with kind of using this to get rid of that hot air during the summer and just need something to cap it. I did grab them off Amazon. They are a few bucks, but I can hold on to these for future winners. All right, before we go ahead, head over to the other shed and jump on the road. Thought I'd give you guys a rundown as to what miners we're running inside the shed currently right now. So we do have the Ice River KS5L, L7. This is the D9 X11 algorithm. We have the S21 Pro. So that's the higher model on the newer ones, 234 terahash, which is awesome. We have the DR7, that's SC Prime, KA3, come on, Cadena. We have another KS5L, the L9. Oh, this is my moneymaker right here, printing money. We also have the E9 Pro. I'm actually thinking about selling this. Love to get your thoughts down below. Free up a slot for a new ASIC. It's just not making a ton right now. I'm not super passionate and have high hopes for Ethereum Classic, but love to get your thoughts on the E9 Pro, especially with the E11 coming out. We have 2 of the Bitmain KS5 Pros. Those are the 21 terahash models. Another AL3, which has been running perfectly fine, which makes me scratch my head a little bit. We have a KS3M, a K7, another KS3M, S19K Pro, KS3M, another K7, and this is the Gold Shell DG Max. This is pretty much like your cheapest big boy script miner that's still quite profitable today, which is awesome. Over on this side here are two KS 1.5s. Thinking about selling these. They've been awesome. I have one on Bugna and one on Cedra, solo mining it. They've been running great since we went ahead and converted these over from a KS1 to KS 1.5. But I'm thinking it's time to go ahead and part ways with these. Across the bottom, we have 5 KS2s. And then on the very end, another KS5L. And then my notorious here, this is my S9 out of my Heatbit. It's been running great on Brains, tuned down to 300 watts. Solo mining Bitcoin. Come on, hit that block. All right, let's go ahead, head outside, and we're heading back home to our home mining shed. All right, home sweet home here. Let's head out back. My immersion system has been running great. One fan, though, however, is out again. It's actually a connection inside this box. I've actually corrected it many times. So in the spring, we're going to go ahead and find a better solution for that connection. The one fan continues to work just fine, and with the temperature so cold, it's been doing a really, really good job. We got our solar miners kicking butt here, right in the sun, our Solar X, as well as our Nubia. Look at that one, Nubia Marco miner going off there, spinning with the weather station set up there, which is pretty slick. Totally solar reliant. That actually solar keeps that thing charged at all times. I check it all the time at night, still 100 to 99%, which is great. We got our AL3 right here. So what I'm going to do inside the shed, it's actually about 50 on this side, which has been fantastic. And if you guys are curious how we're able to do that, I just have one fan on right now at a speed of 2 at the bottom. And what that's allowing this to do is the hot air to come up, recirculate, and come right back down onto our intake side. This has actually worked out really, really well. I only use these shutter fans on the bottom during the winter to help recirculate all that hot air, which is great. So we're going to bring in our AL3. We're going to put it right here, connected to our C19 to C20 cable, and we have Ethernet hanging out right here. All right, our moment of truth. I love the fact Ice Rivers have these toggle buttons. All right, there we go, coming back online, which is great. Let's give it a few minutes. All right, our AL3 is up and hashing. I thought I'd give you guys a rundown as to what we got running inside my home shed, because it's a lot less right now. So we'll start up here, Jasminer X41U. We went ahead and replaced the high RPM screechy fans on the front. Raven Mining calls it the Mosquito Miner. We do have fans up top there, which worked out well. Dropping down, we do have the Ice River KS2 Lite Caspa Miner. We do have the Gold Shell AL Box 2 Plus, a lithium miner, the Ice River RX0 Radiant Miner, and this is our newest guy, which is the Gold Shell AE Box. That is our Aleo miner. We do have a QNAP NAS unit here. We do have 2 LUNs on it. One of the LUNs is carved out for this server, and this server is a Hyper-V host. I have a lot of my VMs and core wallets on it. It utilizes the LUN on the QNAP. The second LUN is used for storage, for content, and a bunch of other fun stuff. Jumping down below, the AL3 that we just talked about there. We do have a X12 Octo Miner that we do have running on Nexa right now. I need to find a new spec coin to put that on. It's filled with 3070s. In front of us down below here, the Dell workstation with a 3060 in it is on Warthog still. Been doing great with our 2 Xeon processors. And my son's rig, it is on the NiceHash OS, a little different than most. It is running 8 of the 1660 Ti's, and that thing has been a beast. Just never has downtime, runs perfectly. It's got over 100 days uptime, which has been absolutely awesome. As well, we do have the Solar X miner we were talking about there. Battery life today right now is 55%, and that runs off of the one larger solar panel on that side. Last but not least, in our shed here, we do have our immersion setup. So this is the other side of that dry cooler. And we have two S19 J Pro 100 terahash models that we do have up and running right now. And you can see here's the pump side, moving all that dielectric fluid around. Now, we do have both of those on Brains OS, and we do have each one is running about 1,930 watts, puts it right around 80 to 85 terahash. But it's been great to be able to underclock them in immersion and worked out amazing. So that's going to wrap things up for today. We're going to see how this AL3 works in warmer temperatures. I'm also going to keep my communication open with Ice River on this upcoming firmware update. I hope it fixes it so we can get it back over to the ASIC mining shed. Have a good one, guys. Take care. Sorry to interrupt your video, but check this out. I constantly get emails from the community asking me about trustworthy hosting facilities in the United States that I recommend. Well, I got you covered. Listen up. A few months back, I visited Block Ops Mining's brand new facility in Central Arkansas. The team there was super professional, knowledgeable, and everyday miners like you and I. After visiting the facility, I sent them a few of my ASIC miners for hosting and have been super happy with their service and communication. Go contact Block Ops Mining directly down below in the video description and tell them the Hobbyist Miner sent you for great pricing on miners and hosting.